the leadership has the balls to call Pete, who absolutely bared his soul on that episode and crushed it, right? But NSW has the balls to call a guy like that and harp on him. But right, recently there was a Netflix documentary, right? A Netflix documentary that came out in the past 6 months on the Bin Laden raid. So this is a great story.
On the Bin Laden raid?
Specifically about the Bin Laden raid. Only about the Bin Laden mission, Netflix special 6 months ago.
The same raid that you were on and wrote a book about.
Yeah.
And then took $7 million from you.
Producer of the show gets a hold of me, says, "Hey, Matt, we're doing this interview. I've already interviewed Admiral McRaven. We're doing this whole Bin Laden thing." I'm like, "Listen, hasn't this been done already? He dies in the end. Let's get over with the story." And they're like, "No, but Netflix has never done it, and we're going to do our version." I'm like, "Okay, great." He's like, "Listen, we've interviewed all the intel folks out of DC. We just sat down with Admiral McRaven at his house for like 4 hours. And look, we'd love some of the operators on the ground to come in and share their story." And I'm like, "Really? Admiral McRaven just talked about it?" I'm like, what authorities, any clearances, anything that we went through that it's okay to talk about this? And that's when I explained to the producer, I'm like, "Listen," I explained my situation, how the government came after, and we got to finish it, but how the government came after me and put me in debt and all this stuff. I'm like, "Look, I got a payment plan for writing a book and talking about this mission. Now it's been 10 years and it's supposed to be okay for me to go sit down next to Admiral McRaven and
this
tell this story?"
obviously didn't go through, right?
Well, no, I talked to the producer.
Walt Allman would never allow this to happen.
So I'm like, "Hey, can you get me in touch with the Admiral?" Right? Nobody inside the SEALs has ever talked to me about anything. But I'm like, "Can you put me in touch with the Admiral?" And the producer does. I get a call set up with Admiral McRaven. I'm like, "Fuck yeah, let's do this." Call McRaven. He's in his car. He's driving. I'm like, "Hey, sir. Hey, Biss, how you doing? Hey, what are you up to?" I'm like, "Well, I'm a little conflicted. A little bit of conflicted here, sir. Let me explain my situation. I wrote a book, hired a lawyer, wrote a book. Government came after me for that book. I now have a payment plan on that book for the next 15 years, and the government is going to fucking kill me if I say anything about this book. But now they're asking me to get on a Netflix documentary next to you." He's like, "Oh, well, Matt, you don't feel obligated to be on that. Like, what do they want you to do?"
We'll take all the credit,
I'm
Matt.
like, "Well,
don't worry."
What do you mean don't feel obligated?" I'm like, "Sir, they want the operators to get on and tell our version of the story. And to be perfectly honest, sir, if you're okay doing it, then I guess it's okay for us to do it." You could literally hear him shitting himself through the
I'll bet you could.
Right? "Go, Matt, no, you don't need to. Don't feel obligated." I'm like, "Sir, don't worry. I'm not going to be involved in this. I still got a payment plan for talking about it." Like, was there some authority that allowed you and other people to participate in that interview? "Well, Matt, I know what to talk about." And I'm like, "Okay, great. I'm sure you do."
Oh, he knows.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he then switches gears. He's like, "Well, Matt, maybe I can connect you with somebody who can help with your situation."
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, sir, that'd be amazing. It's so thoughtful of you.
Thanks, Admiral.
Amazing that now, all of a sudden,
Good thinking, Admiral.
when you don't
Did come
want
up
me
with
to
that
go
by
on the
yourself?
Netflix documentary and you want to now try and help me." So he sets me up with a civilian, former SEAL. He's now a civilian aide to the sitting admiral. So I'm like, great. I get on the phone with this guy. This guy takes my call. This guy's actually was phenomenal. Former Team 6 commander, older guy, now a civilian. Long conversation with him. Broke down the whole thing, everything I've been through. He's like, "Man, can you back this up with documentation?" I'm like, "Absolutely, stand by." Blasted him all the documentation with everything to back up everything I've been through. And everything goes quiet.
Why would Walt Allman allow Admiral McRaven to do a Netflix special?
Well, that's my
But
question.
he wouldn't let Pete Scobell come on and talk about...
I'll get a call after this interview. Pete Scobell got a call after his, and they're trying to smack us on the wrist. But who's calling Admiral McRaven and telling him to shut the fuck up?
I'll bet Walt isn't calling him.
I bet Walt's not calling him.
Wonder why.
It's further up the food chain, right?
Yep.
So unfortunately, right, I'll give you another example. In the height of my issues, I contacted a former SEAL. I won't name names, but he has an eye patch. And he's a congressman out of a state.
You mean
outside.
Dan Crenshaw?
I'm not naming names.
Another one of my favorite
I said,
people.
"Sir, here's my situation."
You know, Dan actually sent me a message I should fucking read this to you. But basically, he tells me, I brought something up about him, and I never even met, I gave him the courtesy of not even mentioning his fucking name. It was about his birthday party, where he hired Steve Aoki to DJ his birthday. I mean, that can't be fucking cheap, right? Especially on a congressman's salary. And I brought that up, and Dan sends me a message that says his boys over at 6 are really upset with me that I brought that up, and they might come
His
beat me up.
boys at 6.
His boys over at 6.
Well, to infer he's got.
I don't know why
boys
a
that are
congressman would
under
be
him
threatening
at
me with
6?
SEAL Team 6, but I'm still fucking waiting. This is actually a couple years
he's
old. I
threatened quite a
still
few
have
people.
not had my ass kicked by a couple of guys over at 6. But Dan Crunch, he fits with all these fucking people you're talking about.
So I called him, right? He's a sitting congressman. He's a former officer. And, drum roll please, he was getting ready to release his book. So I call him up. I get a conversation with him. I said, sir, here's my situation. I hired an attorney. The attorney gave me bad advice. Book was published. I've given up attorney-client privilege, cooperated everything I can to fix this. They've still come after me. We can get into all the other stuff that I'm dealing with. I said, sir, can you help me out with this? He's like, well, I'm about ready to publish my book and I'm not getting it reviewed. I'm like, well, sir, same letter of the law that they came after me for, failure to seek pre-publication review. I didn't get pre-publication review because my lawyer told me I didn't have to and he could do it. Like in your case, you have to get it reviewed. I'm here telling you, confirming you have to get reviewed or the government's going to come after you. He's like, yeah, no, but I'm not going to write anything classified in my book. I'm like, there's nothing classified in my book. They said there was, they went through it. They said, nope, there's nothing classified in it. You just failed to seek review. I'm like, so if only thing I failed to do was seek review, you're willingly going around that obligation and you don't give a shit. He's like, yeah, but I'm not going to write about anything classified in my book. That was his answer. Never talked to him again. So he published his book, no review, nothing's happened. He's kept his money. He's a sitting congressman. I got a payment plan. So to say I've been a little.
I guess you're not one of Dan's boys over at 6. That's gonna come
Definitely not
beat me
Dan's
up, huh?
boys at 6. That's a pretty ridiculous statement if I've ever heard one. Yeah.
You have been targeted, man.
So the first 2 years, right, they came after me. I signed an agreement called a proffer agreement, and the lawyers can explain what that is. But it's basically like, hey, listen, I'll give you full disclosure. I'm not lying about anything, and unless you find some sort of smoking gun, like we're good. So they're like, okay, cool. So I full everything, anything they wanted to answer, anything they wanted to hear about, whatever. Went through it all. Lie detector tests, 2 interrogations in the basement where they're accusing me of all this nonsense. And they finally come back after about 2.5, 3 years. They're like, okay, we'll leave you alone, but and there's nothing classified in the book. You just failed to seek pre-pub review, and we want 100% of the money back. I'm straight suicidal at this point, right? I've had a gun in my mouth over this. I've lost my community.
You've legitimately had a gun in your mouth, or this is a figure of speech?
No, legitimately in my mouth.
Got that bad?
Yeah, I got out of the teams. My whole community, my world, everything was ripped from me, right? Every single one of my friends. I didn't have friends outside the SEAL teams. Gone. Boom. And if you talk to me, I was getting comms from guys on their wife's phone or some prepaid 7-Eleven phone saying, yo, dude, when I get out, I'll come up for air. But if anybody's hot even talking to you from the command, they'll kick us out of the command. So it was this big, hey, anybody connected to BIS got fucked.
And this is just. An hour ago, we were just talking about retention and recruitment and how development group had a +1, was that development group or the entire SEAL
NSW wide.
Out of the entire fucking SEAL team, we had a +1 SEAL for the entire fucking year. And now they're just, now they've allowed a movie, they've allowed books, they've allowed everything. They target you for because your fucking book went out before the president's movie, and they are going to fucking lynch people in the SEAL teams just for associating with you. So over what they say is classified.
But there was nothing.
They can't even fucking run the classified operations because they don't have the manpower, because their fucking egos are so, it's just fucking, and they're going to burn dudes for even associating with you.
All the headlines.
When the exact same material went out in all these other avenues.
Yep.
And they're going to destroy the Navy's Tier 1 unit over making a fucking example out of somebody that's a double standard.
Yeah. So
I think you made the right fucking call getting out at 14 fucking years. What a joke. What a fucking joke.
You saw what I saw, right? I saw that.
Shit makes me so fucking angry. Do you know, oh man, and nobody fucking said shit. Nobody challenged it. This is like this. Oh man, dude, what the fuck? Like, do you know who this J. Cal guy is that I've interviewed? He's an SAS guy. He's being charged with murder. And
yes, I have.
I thought it would be a good idea to cover it. Maybe we'll fucking get this. He's really good buddies with DJ Shipley. He works at GBRS, and now he's fucked and he can't do it. So I thought it'd be great to expose it all. Do you know how many SAS guys have come out and like spoken up for this fucking guy? Yeah, 0. Yeah. You know what they're fucking? This is the best part. Do you know what their motto is at SAS? He who dares wins. How fucking hilarious is that? They can't even stand up for their own fucking guys. They can't even stand up for their own fucking guys.
It's the same.
And their fucking motto is he who dares wins. What a fucking joke. Like, what a joke.
I'm not smiling because I get it. I'm smiling because I was in a very dark place, right? I got out. I had everything ripped from me. 0. I got divorced. Everything gone. Right? Any community I ever had, gone. Like, if you talk to me, no, can't talk to you, bitch. They're going to get me. I can't. Nothing. Gone. And that's when I was absolutely, I'm like, fuck this. I'm out. I'm like, right, okay. So they're like, okay, we want all the book money back. I'm like, okay, great. Here's all I got left. I had spent close to just under $1.5 million in my legal defense in about 3 years. I don't have that money, right? I got a plaque with my name misspelled, no retirement, no pension, nothing. So the only way I could defend myself was with the millions of dollars the book had made that was sitting in my savings account. So I'm writing checks to my lawyers. 3 years later, right? Interrogations, all this nonsense. They're like, you didn't leak anything classified in the book. The only thing you failed to do was seek pre-publication review. But we want all the book money back. I'm like, fine, take it. I don't give a fuck. Wrote them a check. They're like, whoa. You're missing some. I'm like, yeah, here's my receipts. You've never charged me with anything. Never charged me with a crime, never anything. They're like, we want it all back. I'm like, okay. Like, we want it in 3 years. I'm like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to go make $1.5 million or $2 million and pay taxes on it to then give you assholes the rest. So I was like, hey, I'm going to go sue my attorney. He gave me the advice. I gave up attorney-client privilege. Go through my emails and look at the advice I got from counsel. This was not me maliciously going around my legal obligations. Like, we don't care. So I wrote him a check, every bit of money I had, and they gave me 3 years to pay the rest back. I sued my attorney. Okay, I figured this out when you sue somebody. The first casualty of a lawsuit is the truth. And that's fucked up, right? The first casualty of a lawsuit is the truth. The truth is irrelevant. It becomes about statute of limitations and where did you file it? And so for 2.5 years, we fought all this nonsense until we get to a court date. 2.5 years in, we get a court date. And the day we get a court date where we're going to go to court and I'm going to actually get a chance to sue my attorney, he settles. Says, okay, you won. I gave you bad advice. We'll settle. Okay. So problem is the lawyers make all the money in that space, right? He writes me a check. Okay, I got to pay my attorney, and then I got to pay taxes on it. So I don't have the $1.5 million that the government needs. I go back to the government with my $500,000 and my winning malpractice case, and I say, hey, look, I got a winning malpractice case. I know you assholes, right? And through the malpractice case, we did a discovery. Right. And in this discovery process, we were able to question my attorney. Did you know that the DOJ, right? They came after me 2 12-hour interrogation sessions, 3 years long. They had one phone call with my original attorney. One phone call. 15 minutes. The DOJ called him once for 15 minutes, and my attorney was like,